Back in the garage today, back in the garage today. What's going on, guys? Back in the garage today, getting ready to work on my 2016 KTM 1290 Super Adventure. Everything I'm going through will pretty much work on the 1090s, 1190, 1290 Adventure and Super Adventure models throughout, probably the last 10 years. Plus, if you're wondering why I'm so sweaty, I was working on another project earlier for a Back in the Garage video that failed miserably. So we're gonna hop into this one. I'm basically gonna change out the entire, everything brake related on the rear of the bike. I do need a new disc on the back. I need new pads on the back. And while we're there, we might as well bleed it and get some fresh fluid in. So let's hop into it. All right, it's been a long time since I've showed you guys in a video how to remove the wheels. If you want to see how to remove the front and rear wheel and reinstall them, I'll put them up there, but I'll give you a down and dirty. We're gonna start out with a T30 bit right here so we can get the ABS sensor removed and out of the way so we don't have to worry about damaging it when we go to either remove or reinstall the wheel later. Of course you'll fall down in there. I just like tuck it up over here, out of the way. Now we're gonna take our 32 millimeter on a breaker bar, break this loose for the rear axle. All right, with the axle nut off, it's gonna give us a tap with a hammer. Should be able to pull a little block off. And then a couple of whacks there. Don't have the best view from the other side. We're just gonna pull the axle out, push the wheel forward a little bit so we can get the chain cleared from the sprocket. And then, there we go, wheel is off. Okay, so with the wheel off the bike, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 millimeter bolts holding on the rear disc. I like to use an 8 millimeter on a 3/8" drive just to give me a little bit more leverage. I don't want to strip the head of these, and they do have Loctite on them. And then, once I've got them broken loose, just throw the impact on, get them done quick. You are going to need your ABS ring. We're reusing that. So set this to the side, you don't want to damage it. And then we're going to pull our disc off. Now, if you're wondering why my disc looks like this, it's for two reasons. One, I probably dragged the rear brake a little more than I should. And two, this bike has like 73,000 miles on it, so I'm kind of happy that I got that much mileage out of it. So what are we going to replace it with? Well, we are going to use a factory KTM disc. Now, KTM obviously doesn't actually make this, and I'll put the part number up on the screen. This is a Galfer part. It was cheaper for me to order it through the dealer than it was through Galfer. We're gonna set this back down into place. In fact, I'm gonna get some brake cleaner and clean some crap out of here first, and then we'll get to putting this new disc back on. All right, so with this surface cleaned up, we are going to set our disc down on here, get the holes lined up. We are also going to take our ABS ring, get that lined up. And now I have pre-treated, if you want to call it that, these bolts with some Loctite. I'm just going to get them started by hand. And then we are just going to admire how much nicer this disc is compared to the one I just took off. Holy crap, what a difference. All right, I'm not gonna run these down tight. I'm just gonna run them down a little snug. And then we're gonna torque them down to 14 Newton meters. Go back around and double check. All right, all done with the new rear disc. All right, so we've come back inside here. The wheel's still outside. First thing I'm gonna do is take the cap off the rear brake master cylinder. You can go ahead and pull the little rubber boot out too if it doesn't wanna. There's a little ring around the cap there. And then pull the little rubber boot out too. All right, next we're back here on the rear brake caliper. Now what I want to do first, since these pads are worn down, and it's part of the reason I took the cap off, because we're going to end up pushing the pistons back in on this, which will give us more room for the thicker pads. Also, it's going to push brake fluid back, so I just want to take the pressure off by removing the master cylinder cap. So I'm just going to take my screwdriver, press the pads out, press the pistons out as far as I can. And now we need to get these little clips removed on the brake pen. And then it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to push on this pen. Now this one's got a little bit of grime on it from all the years. I have put new pads in here before. This isn't the first set of pads. And we can see, you know, these things are pretty well worn. They're pretty roached. What I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to take our brake pen and I'm going to get a not too heavy of a metal brush, but a metal brush and a little bit of cleaning agent, clean this up so it'll go back in nice and smooth, and then we'll get our new pads installed. Okay, so with my pen all cleaned up, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the factory pegs. These are Brembo. They're a Toshiba compound. I will put the part number up on the screen. Alright, so now we're just going to slide our pads in. Light here so I can see what I'm doing. Then we just need our pin, and keep in mind the pin, or the end with the cap on it goes toward the wheel. Push that through. Okay, make sure they're in place. They are in place. Now what we need to do is reinsert our clips, and then the one here should be able to find. You kind of need to slide it forward so you can get to it, otherwise the piece is in the way. The inside part of the pen, it's got to go a particular way here because you just don't have room if it's rocked back out. There you go. The brake discs are now installed. So now I'm going to go grab the wheel, get it put back on, and then we'll bleed the brakes. Alright, so with the rear axle back on and torqued to 90 Newton meters, we also have our ABS sensor back in. I went ahead and removed the cap here for the bleeder. We need an 8mm, and then I'm going to reverse bleed these using a syringe and a little piece of hose. So let me get ready here and I'll show you how to do it. Alright, so I'm going to put my 8mm here on my bleeder. I've got my syringe filled up with brake fluid. And then all I'm going to do is crack this open a little bit and squeeze some brake fluid in. I don't have two cameras set up right now, but you want to watch your front brake or your master cylinder up front there. Obviously it's for your rear. When you see it start to fill up, you can close your bleeder. See mine filling up. I'm going to close this off and pull this off of here. Now Noah's here, so Noah, I'm going to spin this a little bit, and then all I want you to do is hit that brake. You're going to pump it a few, go ahead and pump it a few times. Starting to get some pressure in it. Keep going. Keep going. Might have a little air in it. Alright, push it. Alright, push it. Need a little more pressure in there. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and do a regular bleed. Let me get another piece of, actually I'm just gonna cheat. I know people don't like to do it this way. You should have a little hose here and a little container to catch it in, but just clean up your mess and you'll be alright. Alright, now go ahead and pump that brake 3 times. Hold. Alright, pump it 3 times. Hold. Pump it 3 times. Hold. Do it 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of air. Alright, go ahead. Hold it. Alright, let's top this off up front. We're going to pour just a little bit in here so we have enough.
Now guys, brake fluid is obviously
very corrosive, so my method of doing this isn't the greatest, but that's why you just keep some brake cleaner close by and you're just gonna spray it off. We're gonna do this just a couple more times, we should be good. Go ahead and pump it. Hold. Pump it. Hold. How's that feel?
Feel a lot better.
Feel like there's air out of it?
Mostly.
All right, let's keep going. I don't want it half-assed. Hold it. All right, pump it. Hold. All right, I think we're good there. I don't see any bubbles coming out. Just gonna spray this down. And then when we go to put our cap back on, we're gonna put our cap on, and then we wanna loop our ABS wire up in there. That just helps keep it out of place. We've got a new rotor or disc, whatever you want to call it. We got brand new brake pads, and we have fresh fluid that has been bled. So we ought to have some pretty good rear brakes now. All right, guys, so that is how you do a rear brake job on one of those KTM adventure bikes. Obviously, we've got a new rotor, new pads, fresh fluid, bled, all that good stuff. Hopefully I get another 70,000+ miles out of that rotor too. I think that was the second or third set of pads on there. I did not go OEM last time. I was doing some aftermarket stuff that didn't last real long, so we're going OEM this time. So anyway, I will link all the part numbers, links to all that stuff below. Be sure to check the manual for your specific application. They may be a little bit different, but for the most part, you're going to be using the same exact pads, same exact rotor, same exact process for all of those bikes. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, considering that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, well, this is the place to be. If you have any questions about the process, the job, the parts, whatever, check the description below. And if that doesn't answer it, the video didn't answer it, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon.